Hello, Burley Glenwood boys and girls. Welcome to my little eating area again. And in the background, you get to meet Spike. That is Brian's leopard gecko. Okay, and hopefully Rue will not bark too much during this math lesson. So if you do not have your Common Core up and ready, open it up so that you can follow along with me. Number one, which is the best unit to use to measure the capacity of an aquarium in a museum? So remember, capacity is how much something holds. Would you use feet, meters, milliliters, or liters? Two of them should automatically be no way Jose's because they have nothing to do with capacity. The other two have to do with the metric system with units of capacity, and you need to remember you're measuring an aquarium. You're not filling a teacup. Okay, number two is an estimation problem. So you need to round. So Tina drove 51 miles on Monday, 58 miles on Tuesday. What is the best estimate for how many miles Tina traveled in all? So in all means addition. 51 would round to 50. 58 would round to 60. And then you need to add them, and I'm not going to add that for you. You can do that much. What does it mean for two lines to be parallel? The lines cross to make a square corner. The lines never cross, the lines form a square, or the lines need to be facing up and down. So I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to ask Siri, and let's see what she says. Hey Siri, what are parallel lines?
In geometry, parallel lines are lines in a plane which do not meet. That is, two straight lines in a plane that do not intersect at any point are said to be parallel. Would you like to hear more?
No, thank you. So hopefully Siri helped you out. How many liters are equal to 1,000 milliliters? So again, I could pull out my phone, I could ask Siri. My kids had a phone where you could say, hey, Google, and Google would do it. I don't, my phone doesn't do that. So, but you can look that up. How many liters are equal to 1,000 milliliters? And then how many milliliters are there in 2 liters? You can Google that, or you can ask Siri. Number 6, Dwight is on page 504 of the book that he is reading. He started the day on page 376. How many pages did Dwight read today? And I forgot to give you a workspace, so I'm going to go grab this one. Control C, Control V, drag that over. So I'm going to start with the 504, hit enter, and I need to change the way it's lined up because it's not lined up correctly. And if you're like, what is that noise? That's Brianna's cat, I think. I don't think it's my cat, but it's one of the black cats that has decided it needs to talk. Okay, and we're not taking 60 away. We are taking 376. So we need a minus sign, minus 376. So I'm not going to finish that one. You can subtract it and finish it, and you will notice you have some borrowing or regrouping that you need to do on that one. So please don't do 4 take away 6s too, because that's wrong. Okay, number 7, you want to find the perimeter. So you want to add up all the sides. You can do 16 plus 4 is 20. 16 plus 4 is 20. And then add your 20s together. What is the area of the figure shown below? On this one, just touch and count. And then I already wrote units squared, so you're just going to get rid of the word type and put a number in that spot. Okay, off to the video. And I think I already enabled the computer sound. Yep, I enabled the computer sound.
How do you measure mass? Think about this question during the lesson. A pan balance with gram and kilogram weights can be used to find the mass of an object. What is the mass of the box of chalk? If the largest weight were labeled in grams, what would it say?
So 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams.
It would say 1,000 grams. Place the box on one pan. Place enough kilogram and gram weights on the other pan so that the pans balance. Does the box of chalk have a mass greater than or less than 1 kilogram? How can you tell?
Hopefully you looked at that and went, well, I think it's probably more, because they had to put more weight on than just 1 kilogram. If it was less than a kilogram, there wouldn't be that 1 kilogram weight on there. There would just be the other weights.
The box has a mass greater than 1 kilogram. The pans balance when there is a 1 kilogram weight plus some gram weights. Does the box of chalk have a mass greater than or less than 2 kilograms?
So that's where you have to look at, does all that other stuff add up to another 1,000 grams? And I see 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 240 is not the same as 1,000. So that is going to be less than 2 kilograms.
The box has a mass less than 2 kilograms. The pans are balanced and the gram weights do not add up to a second kilogram. The mass of the box of chalk is 1 kilogram, 240 grams.
Okay, please pull out your work mat. And I'm going to zoom in. I forgot to do that already. So it says find 6 packages or cans in your kitchen. Can of soup, can of vegetables, box of mac and cheese, box of cereal, bag of chips, box of pasta, seasoning jar, other various size food items. Before you look on the package, make a guess as to the mass of the item. So I did it a little different. So I'm going to go grab a couple of those things that I mentioned, but I'm also going to talk about this stash of stuff that I have here and what its mass is going to be. So I'm going to go grab some cereal and probably a box of pasta and a seasoning jar. So I'm going to go pause this and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went and I collected some garlic powder. So I'm going to type that here, and it's a brand new one. I asked Bree to get that recently because, well, I asked her to get onion powder and she came home with garlic powder. So, okay, my estimate, now I'm just going to guess. I'm not going to look at the label right now. I'll say 3 ounces. Oh no, I'm not supposed to do ounces. I'm supposed to do it in grams. So let's guess 50 grams. Okay, now I also grabbed This is out of the Costco 2-pack of cereal. That's probably a pound, but I don't know for grams. Oh, maybe I'll guess like 800 grams. I could be like way off. So let's put down, that is bag of cereal. It's actually Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I don't want to type that much. Okay, so bag of cereal, and I think my guess was going to be 800. I have no idea. Okay, and then I grabbed an unopened box of elbow macaroni. I think the cereal's heavier, so I'm going to guess 700 grams on the macaroni. And I could be way off. We could be having a chuckle here in a moment. Okay, and that was pasta. Kitty, you are very noisy today. Okay, now we keep our flour in a big jar, a big jug flour. And so I grabbed this. I wanted to find something that was super heavy. So it's quite a bit heavier than my water bottle. And my water bottle, when we weighed that for the last lesson, that was about 1 kilogram. So I'm gonna guess that this is 1 kilogram and like 500 grams. So flour container. Oopsie, of course that's gonna do that to me. Okay, so flour container. Alrighty, I wanted something nice and light. So I went and I found a clove of garlic. Oh, that's kind of funny. I have garlic powder, whoop, and a clove of garlic. They feel about the same. So I'm gonna put 50 grams down for that too. Okay, that's not a clove of garlic, it's a head of garlic. Okay, head of garlic. And I'm gonna guess that that's 50 grams because that was my guess for the powder. 50 grams. Okay, now, if you guys were here, I'd have you vote. I have 2 different things. I have Brian's water bottle that I filled all the way up, and then Brian loves sweet red chili sauce. Well, it says 1 liter on it. I'm curious if it's 1 liter, does that mean it's 1,000 grams? Is it going to be 1 kilogram? So I'm going to put that one down. That's what my guess is going to be, is 1 kilogram on the sweet chili sauce. He loves to put the sweet chili sauce on those dumplings that we get from Costco. He thinks that's the cat's meow. And I think I guessed that that was going to be, oh, I forgot to do my flour container. 1,000, oh, just 1,000 grams. Oopsie, I need an S on that. And that would be the same as 1 kilogram, 1 kg. So I'm going to put an equal sign there. And equal. There we go. And my guess on the flour container, I was thinking that one was 1,500. 1,500. Oopsie, too many zeros. And that was going to be grams, which would be the same as I'm going to finish typing this, and then I'm going to pause it and let the Barky Sparky in. 1.5 kilograms, also known as 1 kilogram 500 grams. Okay, I'm going to pause this and let my barking dog in, and hopefully he'll be quiet. I can wish and hope. So pause recording. Okay, now we're going to find the mass of the different things. I wish it would work so that you guys could actually see what shows up there. But we have garlic powder first, so I'm going to turn my scale on and switch it to grams. And let's see how far off I am. Oh, I'm way far off. That was 110. So I am super far off. So 110 grams. Okay, well, I wonder how far off I am on the bag of cereal. Let's find out. Okay, da-da-da-da. That one's 720. Oh, that's not as bad. Okay, so next is the pasta, and I thought they were pretty close, so let's see. Oh, well, so much for that thought. 495. Okay, so I thought the flour container was going to be about 1.5 kilograms or 1,500. Let's see how far off I am on that. Oh my goodness. It is 2 kilograms, 181 grams. Wow. So 2 kilograms, 181 grams. Okay, so on our last quick check, they asked us to convert. So I'm going to show you what that's going to look like in just plain old grams. So that way, if it shows up again on our quick check, we know. So it's going to be 2,181 grams. And of course, it doesn't fit. Let me stretch my box. Okay, so that way if that concept shows up again on our quick check, we know what it is. And of course the scale turned off on me, so I need to turn it back on. And now that I know my garlic powder was actually 110, I bet this thing's probably 100. So let's see. Of course not, it's 76. So that one I was closer than I was with the garlic powder. This one's 76 grams. Okay, and last but not least, the sweet chili sauce. So my guess was 1,000 grams. Let's see. Oh, they have got a recipe on the side for Thai chicken salad. That sounds good. Maybe I'll have to try that. Okay. Oh, I was pretty close. So it is 1 kilogram, 277 grams. So 1 kilogram, 277 grams, and we're gonna make that equal to just straight grams so that if that concept shows up on the quick check, we know how to do it. Okay, so that would be 1,277 grams. There we go. So remember, if you had items in your kitchen and you have a scale, you are welcome to weigh and measure your own stuff. But if you don't, then hopefully you just followed along with me. Okay, on to our next slide. Need to slide up to the top so we can see it. So number one, what is the total mass represented in each picture? So I need to transfer the numbers into the blanks. So I have 1 kilogram. And it is important that I label it, because if I just put 1, 1, 1, and 500, then I'm going to end up with 503, and that's not the same thing. But I am going to speed things up by coming over here and copying that. So if you do the keystroke thing, Control C and then Control V. If you don't do the keystroke thing, hopefully you've figured out a method that works for you. Okay, and now this one is 500 grams. And when I add that all up, I end up with 3 kilograms, 500 grams. They did not say that you have to represent it in grams also. If you choose to, then that is 3,500 grams. Okay, number 2, we've got a lot of blanks. So we're going to start with 100 grams. I'm going to go over here, steal this, and then just change the number. So Control C, Control V, and instead of 500, I need to make that be a 1. Okay, now I'm going to copy that again. So Control C, Control V, and I've got 2 of those. So I've got 2 of those. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are just 10 grams. So I'm going to paste one of those hundreds down and then take a 0 off. There we go. And I need 4 of those. Okay, so I've got 3 of them. Need 1 more. Okay, now I've got 5 that are just 1 gram. So I'm going to put down 1 more, take that 0 off. I wonder if I can get rid of a space. There we go. Okay, so there's 1 of them. Oopsie, I don't want to do that. I'll get rid of all my pluses. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to add it up. So 100 plus 100 is 200. 210, 220, 230, 240, 241, 242, 243, 244, 245. So 245 grams. And I'm just going to label it with a G. Okay, number 3. Find an object you think has a mass greater than a kilogram and another that has a mass less than a kilogram. Use a pan balance with gram and kilogram weights to measure the mass of each object. Well, none of us have that at home, but if you have a digital scale, you're welcome to go look around in your kitchen and find something. I have some other things that I didn't weigh yet. So less than a kilogram. I have some yarn. So Bree's been learning how to spin, and I taught her how to spin over closure. And I've also gotten out my my dyes. We started it off dyeing it with Gatorade and vinegar, but I wanted a richer color, so then I got dye stuff out of the cupboard. So let's turn this on. I think this is way less than a kilogram. My guess, it feels like it's less than the garlic powder and probably less than the garlic. So I'm going to guess 40, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, that was a pretty good guess. It's 35. Okay. So I'm going to put yarn here. I'll be descriptive and I'll say blue yarn. Let's see if I can spell. So blue yarn. And it was 35 grams. Okay, now something I think is going to be more than a kilogram. Brian's water bottle is super heavy. It's huge. It's a thermo flask. We got it at Costco. And it holds 40 ounces of water. That's like 5 cups of water. So it's super heavy. And in fact, it is not only more than a kilogram, it is 1 kilogram, 653 grams. So 1 kg, that's the abbreviation for kilogram, 653 grams. So it is super heavy. And we're going to call that Brian's water bottle. Water bottle. Okay, let's stretch that so it fits. And I'm thinking it wants a space between water and bottle. I'm going to right click and see what it tells me. Okay, that's not what I wanted to tell me. Yeah, I meant water bottle. Thank you. Okay, so we're done with number 3. You're welcome to find your own stuff and weigh it if you have a scale that does grams and kilograms at your house. So if you use a pan balance to measure the mass of a pen, would you use any kilogram weights? So would I use any weights that are heavy like this to weigh this pen? Do you think this is going to weigh more than a kilogram? Hopefully you're thinking, no. No, because the pen will have a mass way less than 1 kilogram. Okay, and I have several typos I need to fix. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to see what the mass of this pen is. So let's zero it out. 12 grams. So that is way far away from that 1,000 gram mark. So, okay, now if you were doing a half-hour math today, this is where you're going to stop. If you're like, nope, I'm getting it done, then keep going with me. Alrighty, what is the total mass represented in each picture? So we're going to type the amounts. So I have 500, and then 100, 200, 300, 400. 100, 200, 300, 400. Okay, 10, 20, 30. So 10, see, 20, 30 of those. Okay, and 1 gram, one little sad gram. There we go. Now when I add it up, I have 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 910, 920, 930, 931. So I'm not going to type the 931. I want you to type the 931. Oh, I forgot to put a text box there. Whoops. So hopefully you figured out how to add text boxes. If you haven't, watch what I'm doing. Came up here to this funny little T, clicking on that. And you want to put your text box there. And I think we said 931. Now on this one, I did not bother to do this because you can quickly count in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilograms. I'm going to grab this text box. Control C, Control V. Bring that over. I can't leave it 931 because it was just plain old 6. Control C, Control V. Now it's not 6 grams. It's going to be 6,000 grams. That's pretty significant difference between a 6 and a 6,000. Okay, now on this guy, same idea. I don't think I put a stack of doohickeys, no, because I figured you could just count it in your head. 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms. So I'm going to put that down. So here's my 6 that I'm going to change to a 2. Alrighty, now let's figure out how many grams it is. 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106. Now, when I put it all together, I'm not going 2 plus 106. That 2 is actually 2,000. So I can put a 2 in the thousands place. And don't forget your comma. Remember, you can pause at any time if I'm going way too fast. And this is a leftover from yesterday's lesson. So let's delete that. Okay, Olivia bought a bag of nuts that had a mass of 850 grams. After she used 220 nuts in a recipe, what was the mass of the bag of nuts? So I set it up for you. You're going to put your 850 here, and you're going to put your 220 here, and then you want to subtract them. You don't have to do any borrowing on this one. That one's kind of nice. And then don't forget to put your answer over here. A camp counselor bought 8 bags of charcoal. The mass of each bag is 5 kilograms. What is the total mass of the bags of charcoal? You can choose to do repeated addition, 5 plus 5 plus on and on. Or I would do the more efficient way and do 8 times 5 equals, and then don't forget to label it kilograms. So you can find the answer for that. So pause the video and get caught up on yours. Okay, so what object most likely will have a mass of 204 grams? So remember, this was 110, I think. So I need something that's about twice, sticky on the bottom, twice what my garlic powder is. A laptop computer. So would 2 of these be the same mass as a laptop computer? A chimpanzee, so a monkey, is that going to have the same mass? A postage stamp. So that would be, do you think something like this is going to have the same mass as 2 of these? Or do you think a peach? And I don't have my apple here anymore because I gave it to the dog to eat, or I'd show you the apple. So, because a peach and an apple are pretty close to the same size. Number 11, Lawrence bought some red potatoes with a mass of 410 grams. Okay, put that down. 410. And some white potatoes with a mass of 655. Did he buy more or less than 1 kilogram of potatoes? How do you know? So what I want you to do is I want you to add this up. Now, depending on what you get here, you'll either say, yes, he bought more than 1 kilogram of potatoes because blah, 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 blah is more than 1,000 grams. Or you will say, no, he did not buy more than 1 kilogram of potatoes because blah, 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 blah is less than 1,000 grams because 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. Don't write blah, blah, blah. I've had kids do that, and that makes me want to just become crazy lady. No, you have to put whatever number you come up with for right here. Okay, pause the video and do that problem. Okay, number 12, Sophie. Hope you're watching the video and you see yourself honored in this problem. Sophie used a pan balance to measure the mass of a pineapple. The pans balanced when she used 1 500-gram weight and 3 100-gram weights. So we need to put 500 And then it said 3 100-gram weights. So I need 100, 100, and 100. Then you need to come up with the answer. I'm not going to add that up for you. You can do that. Okay, Zach measured the same pineapple, but he used 8 100-gram weights. Well, I'm feeling lazy. I'm not going to type 100 that many times. So I'm going to do a Control-C, and then I'm going to copy paste a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you want to add those up. Then you have to explain. Let me read that again. Make sure I'm. La, 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 la. Did someone make a mistake? Explain. So you have to say whether you think anybody made a mistake. So I forgot to give you a text box. So start with, I think. And then explain what you're thinking. And remember, they're both measuring the same pineapple. They're not measuring different pineapples. So the idea is, did they both come up with the same weight, or does one of them end up with a different mass? Okay, number 13. What is the mass of one brick? How do you know? So we notice there's 6 of those 1 kilogram weights there. So that means this side is a total of 6 kilograms. We have 3 bricks. 1 brick is how much? And then you have to explain because. So 3 bricks times equals, and I think we just figured out that that was 6 kilograms. So 1 brick must be, oopsie, my space bar is grumpy. I've got the formatting set kind of funny on that. There we go. So 1 brick is blank kilograms because 3 bricks times something equals 6. So 1 brick must be, there we go. So whatever you come up with here goes there and goes there. Okay, last problem before our quick check. How many 3 kilogram blocks of clay can be cut from 15 kilograms of clay? So this is a division problem. 15 kilograms of clay can be divided into how many 3 kilogram sections? Because 15 goes here, divided by 3, put your 3 there, and then finish the fact. It's not really, well, if we had more, it'd be a fact family, but plop a number down there. And hopefully it's the right number. Okay, now let's go look at that quick check. And remember, I give great hints in the video. Please pay attention to them because it makes me really sad when people get 20% or 40% on their quick checks, and I have given you amazing hints. So which object is most likely to have a mass of 2 kilograms? So remember, my big tub of flour was 2 kilograms and something. Is my pencil gonna weigh the same thing as that? I don't know. Oh, I do have a pumpkin. Let me go grab my pumpkin. I'm gonna pause you. I've got a couple pumpkins. And you're probably thinking, why do you have a pumpkin? Because I like pumpkins. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so this is one of my pumpkins. It's a funny kind of green one, but it's been turning orange as it has sat. So pumpkin 1. And now pumpkin number 2. This is a pretty white one. So do you think my pumpkins might weigh as much as my flower tub? Okay, please do not fall on the floor. There we go. Or a feather. Now remember, in our previous lesson, they talked about feathers, and they talked about a feather weighing the same amount as a paper clip. Or a calculator. And the closest thing I have to a calculator at home would be my cell phone. Do you think my cell phone is going to weigh the same amount as my flower tub? Okay, what is the total mass represented in the picture? You'll notice that we have 3 kilograms right here. The rest of this is not going to add up enough to get us to 5 kilograms or to get us to 327 kilograms. So you are choosing between A and C. Take a moment and add that up. Looks like Piper messaged me, so I'll go look at that later. Mia bought 4 bags of cat food. Each bag had a mass of 3 kilograms. What is the total mass of the cat food? 1 bag, 3. Another bag, 3. There's 6. Another bag, 9. Another bag. Okay, so hopefully you go with the right unit, because they're trying to confuse you by giving you the same number, but one of them is labeled in grams and one of them is labeled in kilograms. So pay attention to your unit. Jackson wants to mail a box of CDs. The mass of the box is 110 grams. I bet it's more than that because my garlic was 110 grams. What is the mass of the total shipment? Oh, that's funny. Okay. The box, only the box is 110. Those CDs weigh some more. So you have to, Chloe, be quiet. You have to look really carefully at those weights and add it up. So we have 100, 200, 300. These are 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then these are 1, 2, 3, 4. So take those numbers that I just rattled off, add them up. I'm gonna let Chloe outside while you're adding. Don't forget to add that 110 gram box onto the weight of those CDs. Okay, well, Chloe just walked off. She doesn't want out after all. Which object is most likely to have a mass of 3 kilograms? Remember, my flower was 2 something. A book, a garden shovel. That could be like the kind that if you're going to dig a hole that you got to stand on, and a phone, or a toy car. Think of a Hot Wheels car. So which of those do you think is most likely going to have a mass of 3 kilograms? So if you watch the video and you listen to all my hints, I'm expecting 80 or 100% on that. If you didn't, well, I'll know, and Miss Huddleston will know. So I hope you're having a lovely day. I am going to stop the recording and get it posted to YouTube. Have a good one.